All right, so get ready, everyone, because we are diving deep into a world of, well, shimmering magic and captivating reflections. We're taking a deep dive into the story of Princess Clara from the fantasy novel The Castle of Mirrors.
Oh, I love this one.
Oh, it's so good. If you've ever felt, trapped or just dreamed of venturing beyond anything that's familiar, I think this one's going to be for you.
Definitely.
Just imagine a princess with, like, secret magic,
Wow. Yeah.
a charming thief that stumbles into her world, and then a journey through, these mind-bending mirror dimensions.
It's such a classic tale of good versus evil, but what makes it really stand out is, I think, how it takes these fantastical elements and then uses them to explore some, really relatable themes like isolation, self-discovery,
Yeah.
and the struggle against tyranny.
Yes. And it all begins with Princess Clara, who is imprisoned in this, well, dazzling yet isolating castle of mirrors. Can you believe that her own aunt, Queen Helena, actually locked her away,
I know.
fearing her powerful magic, just driven by this, like, lust for the throne?
Oh, for sure. And it's a huge reminder that sometimes the most dangerous threats are the ones that come from our own families,
Right.
Queen Helena's fear and ambition have basically turned her into a tyrant, willing to sacrifice even family just to hold on to power.
Absolutely. And the excerpts even mention that Helena murdered Clara's mother. I mean, just to secure her power. Talk about a ruthless power grab.
It makes you think about Clara and the toll that this must have taken growing up under that constant threat,
For sure.
you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the castle, with all its endless reflections, I think, it really becomes the symbol of her confinement, not just physically, but emotionally.
Yeah.
She's surrounded by these glimpses of the outside world, which just intensify her yearning for freedom.
It's like those mirrors are almost taunting her with everything that she's missing.
Mm-hmm.
But then, boom, this roguish thief named Jack, he bursts onto the scene, just shaking things up.
Yeah.
He's running away from guards after stealing a crown, right?
Uh-huh.
And he just accidentally stumbles into this magical world.
It's almost comical how oblivious he is at first.
Yeah.
He's so focused on just escaping that he totally misses, the bigger picture,
Yeah.
the significance of the castle and the magic. He just thinks he's in a good hiding spot. He has no idea.
Little does he know.
Yeah.
And the way he just gets lost in that room of mirrors.
Oh, tell me about it.
It's like a funhouse gone wrong. He bumps into one and whoosh, he's transported to another dimension and face to face with a pack of wolves.
Oh my gosh.
I know. This is where he finally meets Clara. Imagine. A princess who's spent her entire life in quiet isolation, and suddenly she's confronted with this boisterous thief.
Oh yeah, talk about a culture clash. But what's so fascinating is that their personalities are completely opposite, but they find a way to work together.
That's what I love. It's this classic introvert-extrovert pairing.
Yeah.
They each bring something unique to the table.
Right.
Claire's got this quiet strength and resilience, and then Jack's got that quick wit and that resourcefulness. They have to rely on each other to navigate these crazy mirror dimensions.
Yeah.
Their journey takes them through some crazy landscapes. First up is a world with shifting ground and mimicking reflections.
Oh.
Talk about a recipe for disaster. And then they get caught in a dimension of just swirling winds.
Wow.
So Clara has to use her magic to, like, literally calm the storm.
That must have been intense.
I know. And don't forget, they also end up in a dimension that forces them to, like, confront reflections of their past selves
Ooh.
and their darkest fears. Like, talk about intense psychological warfare.
It's like the mirrors are making them face their inner demons before they can move forward.
Exactly.
So interesting.
So then they finally arrive at the Blooming Grove, and it is like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Literally, it's this hidden village tucked away in a lush forest.
Oh, nice.
It's a huge contrast to that cold, sterile environment of the castle. You've got these tiny warriors just living in harmony with nature. Their homes are built into mushrooms and trees. It's an overall atmosphere of just magic and tranquility.
It's like stepping into a fairy tale.
It is.
Yeah.
But even paradise has its problems. Remember Vrix, the Shadow Lord?
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
He tries to steal the grove's sacred crystal, the source of all their harmony and magic.
Can you imagine that? Like a villain trying to plunge this whole vibrant community into darkness?
Oh, it's terrible.
awful.
And that epic aerial battle
Oh, yeah,
with the villagers riding their giant bird mounts, it sounds like something out of Avatar.
definitely. It shows how the novel blends those action-packed scenes with those deeper themes of light versus darkness,
Right.
the struggle for balance, and the importance of protecting what's precious.
Absolutely. And then comes the trial of reflections, where Jack and Clara are forced to literally confront their past selves.
Oh, wow.
Imagine having to face the mistakes and insecurities of your past head on.
That's tough.
It's a test of character, is challenged to accept their flaws and move forward without letting the past, define them.
And it's a test that they wouldn't be able to pass without that trust they've built.
Exactly.
It's like a reminder that while self-reflection is important, having someone there to support you, someone who believes in you, can make all the difference.
They barely escape the trial, and then they get captured by King Arden, who wants to just steal Clara's magic for his own, twisted purposes. It's like one challenge after another.
Right. It's a reminder that the fight for freedom is often really long and arduous.
But, you got to leave it to Jack to come up with a daring escape plan. He just concocts this whole elaborate story about, a hidden treasure. He uses his silver tongue to distract Arden while Clara works her magic to loosen their bonds.
It's a testament to his quick thinking and that ability to adapt to just about any situation.
Right.
He's resourceful and, dare I say it, brave when he needs to be.
Yeah. Their escape from the Silverous Fortress is like pure adrenaline.
I bet.
They flee through the forest. Clara's using her magic to create diversions. Jack's leading the way, knowing the terrain. They make this huge, daring leap into a waterfall just as Arden's forces close in.
Their escape is like a testament to that growing trust that they have.
Oh, for sure.
They're learning to rely on each other's instincts and abilities, becoming, a real team.
Yes.
Their daring escape also kind of sets the stage for the next part of their journey. This is where things get really interesting. This is where I think the mystery really deepens. We start to see this bigger picture emerge.
So remember that pack of wolves that Jack met earlier?
Oh, yeah, I remember them.
Well, they weren't just, random obstacles.
Right.
It turns out that Clara actually ends up falling into a hidden village after an encounter with the wolves.
Oh, wow.
It's the village of the Starlings, these mysterious forest guardians.
Oh, cool.
I know, right? It's so cool how this seemingly insignificant detail from earlier all of a sudden becomes so important.
I love when authors do that.
I know, it's really cool. It's like they're weaving together all these intricate plot threads and you're just on the edge of your seat.
Definitely.
The Starlings have this deep connection to the forest, almost like they're, part of nature itself.
Right.
And they hold this ancient knowledge about the mirror realm.
Ooh.
I know. And they revealed this huge bombshell. Queen Helena was directly responsible for Clara's mother's death.
Oh, wow. What?
Talk about a plot twist.
That is major.
I know. It adds so much complexity to Clara's whole quest now.
Right.
It's not just about escaping. It's not even about claiming her place on the throne. It's about confronting the person who's responsible for her mother's death and the years of pain and isolation she's experienced.
Yeah.
This revelation just gives her so much determination.
Yeah.
But it also adds a layer of danger.
Right.
It's not just about defeating, a rival. Now it's about facing a really personal enemy.
Yeah.
And get this, the Starlings know the way back to the real world.
No way.
Through the mirror realm.
That makes you wonder about those mirror dimensions.
I know. Right.
Are they just, pathways to other realms?
Right.
Or are they the key to unlocking, hidden truths about ourselves and the world around us?
It's so deep. Okay, so before they can go face Helena, they have to go through this final challenge. The confrontation with Queen Helena herself.
Okay.
The atmosphere in the castle is, way more oppressive now.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's mirroring Helena's, growing desperation.
Right.
And the throne room, talk about intimidating.
Oh, I bet.
It's described as this, opulent space filled with shimmering surfaces and distorted reflections. Almost like a physical manifestation of how distorted her perception of reality is.
So the setting itself becomes a character, reflecting the twisted nature of her reign.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right from the start, Helena tries to play mind games with Clara.
Oh, no.
Taunting her with, memories of her mother's death, trying to just break her spirit, exploit her vulnerability.
It just shows how cunning and manipulative she is.
For sure.
Psychological warfare, right? It can be just as effective as a magical attack.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She tries to just undermine Clara's confidence, like hoping to break her resolve before the battle even begins.
Yeah, yeah.
And here's where things get really interesting. So Helena decides to reveal Jack's past as a thief,
Oh.
trying to turn them against each other. She's using their past to sow seeds of doubt and distrust. That classic villain move.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's like such a clever tactic by exposing his past.
Right.
She's like aiming to shatter the trust that's been building between them. She wants
Yeah.
to isolate Clara, make her question her alliances.
Exactly. It's a reminder that even in the midst of these like huge battles, the personal stuff can be the most powerful weapon. But it backfires big time. Instead of falling for the manipulations, Clara defends Jack. She sees beyond his past and like recognizes the good in him, the hero that he's become.
Oh, I love that.
Right. Talk about a powerful affirmation of their bond.
It's such a pivotal moment.
It is.
It shows just how far they've come,
Mhm.
both individually and as a team.
Right.
That unwavering trust, it's a testament to the strength of their bonds.
Yes.
A bond that was forged in the fires of adversity.
Oh, for sure.
It's a beautiful illustration of how love and loyalty can overcome deceit.
Absolutely. And then, bam, it's an all-out war. Clara's golden light clashes with Helena's dark energy. Mirrors are shattering, shadows are swirling. The whole castle is shaking as their magic collides.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what the special effects would look like if this were a movie.
Oh, it would be incredible.
I know. It'd be insane.
It's a battle that goes way beyond the physical.
Right.
It's a clash between, hope and despair, freedom and tyranny, the desire for power and like the yearning for love and connection.
Oh, my God.
The fate of the entire kingdom hangs in the balance.
Even in all this chaos, there's still that little spark of humor that we've come to expect from Jack.
He's the best.
He's fighting those shadow warriors, but like cracking jokes at the same time.
Oh my God.
He just lightens the mood and reminds us that even in like the darkest times, there's always room for laughter.
It's such a testament to his character.
It is.
He refuses to let that darkness, consume him.
Yeah.
He keeps his wit and his charm, even when the odds are against him.
Totally.
It's like a reminder that even heroes can be flawed, can be funny,
Yeah.
can find those, moments of lightness, even in the middle of all the chaos.
As the castle crumbles around them, it's symbolic of Helena's reign ending. Her power is disintegrating. Her world is falling apart.
It's a powerful visual, For the collapse of tyranny. The castle, which was once a symbol of her power, becomes her tomb. It's a reminder that those who build their empires on fear, they're destined to fail.
Okay, their escape from this collapsing castle is like so intense.
I bet.
Clara uses her magic to clear a path, which shows us that her power isn't just, about force.
Right.
It's about strategy. It's about ingenuity.
Mm-hmm.
It's like she's become a master chess player, using her magic to outmaneuver her opponent.
She's come a long way.
Oh, she has.
Yeah.
They make it out just as the castle collapses behind them. That final image of destruction just symbolizes the end of an era.
Yeah.
The fall of tyranny.
Yeah.
Like the promise of a new beginning for the kingdom.
That's so cathartic. After all that they've been through, they come out victorious, battered but not broken.
And when they return to the village, it's pure celebration. The villagers, the starlings, even like the magical creatures of the forest, they all come together to rejoice in their victory.
I love that. It's like a powerful reminder that even in a world filled with all this magic and mirrors, the most powerful force is that human spirit.
Right.
The ability to connect, to inspire, to overcome all these things through, working together.
Yeah.
This celebration shows the power of community.
Absolutely.
The strength we get from, coming together to fight for something.
Jack, there's a noticeable shift in him now.
Oh.
He's still got that charm, but there's this newfound maturity.
Right.
A depth that wasn't there before. It's like his journey with Clara has just transformed him.
It highlights how transformative shared experiences can be.
Yeah.
Their journey tested their, physical limits, but it forced them to confront their inner demons.
Right.
To grow and evolve as people.
Absolutely.
Jack's transformation is like a reminder that even the most unlikely heroes can, rise to the occasion.
Right.
That true heroism often comes down to the choices we make.
Yeah.
The battles that we fight.
Yeah.
And the people that we decide to stand by.
The coronation scene is just, it's the perfect way to end their journey. It's not just about Clara getting back her throne.
Right.
It's about the kingdom embracing a whole new era
Mm.
marked by, hope and justice
Ah.
and the promise of a better future.
It's like a powerful symbol of renewal and transformation.
Yes.
The old order is gone, making way for something new.
Mm,
Leadership that values, compassion, integrity, and the well-being of its people. It's a message of hope.
it's beautiful.
Mhm.
And that final image of them just like sitting side by side and gazing at the stars, it just says so much about their relationship.
It's that like quiet moment of peace.
Yeah.
After all that chaos,
Hmm.
they faced so much. They grew as people and they came out stronger together.
Right.
Their future, just like the kingdoms, is full of possibility. So hopeful. So, what can we take away from this story? What are those key insights that we can use in our own lives, even if we don't have, magic mirrors or evil queens to deal with?
The story reminds us that even in those fantastical settings, the most powerful things are the human things.
Mm-hmm.
Courage,
Mm-hmm.
compassion,
Right.
the ability to connect and inspire.
Yeah.
It's a story about finding your voice, embracing your power,
Right.
and fighting for what you believe in even when things are really tough.
It also highlights just how powerful love and friendship are.
Oh, for sure.
Clara and Jack's relationship, it shows us we don't have to face our challenges alone.
Right.
There's strength in having those people who believe in us and support us.
And maybe the most important thing is that it's a reminder that our past doesn't define us.
Yeah.
We can always change, we can grow, and we can become, the best version of ourselves.
The story of Princess Clara and the Castle of Mirrors is a reminder that even in a world of magic and mirrors, the most powerful things are the ones inside us.
So before we wrap up this whole deep dive, let's take a moment to kind of think. If you could step into a mirror dimension, what world would you choose? What reflections would you look for? And what challenges would you be willing to face?
The answers to those questions, I think, might reveal a lot about yourself.
Oh, for sure.
Remember, the most important journeys are often the ones that lead us back to ourselves,
Absolutely.
changed by what we find along the way.
Yeah, it's like the story saying, hey, look inside yourself. What would you build? Those mirror dimensions could be like anything. Our hopes or fears or even those paths not taken.
Oh, that's a good point. And it really makes you think about the choices that we make, in our own lives. Do we always just pick the safe path or the familiar? Or do we actually dare to step through that mirror, explore the unknown, even if it means facing challenges or uncertainties?
And what I think is so cool about this story is that it doesn't try to avoid those, those darker sides of those choices. The mirror dimensions aren't all, sunshine and rainbows.
Right, exactly. It's like this reminder that, growth and self-discovery, they aren't always easy or comfortable. Sometimes we have to face our biggest fears, confront our our shadows in order to really understand ourselves.
Just like Clara and Jack.
Exactly.
They had to go through some really tough stuff, but it made them stronger.
Oh, yeah. Both individually and as a team.
And think about the starlings, those guardians of the forest. They're like this connection to something so much bigger than us.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that we're all just part of this larger ecosystem, this, web of interconnectedness. Maybe going through that mirror is about finding our place in that, understanding our role in the grand scheme of things.
That's a beautiful way to look at it. And it goes back to that theme of hope that runs throughout the whole story. Even when things are dark and, there's despair, there's always this little glimmer of light, this possibility for something new and a transformation.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the Castle of Mirrors,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with this. What if we all have that power to make our own mirror dimensions? What if our choices and our actions and even our beliefs shape the worlds that we live in, not just internally, but also externally?
Wow. That's such a powerful and empowering idea. The story's inviting us to think about the fact that, we aren't just passive people in our own lives. We're creators. We're shaping our reality with every thought and word and thing that we do.
So go out there and build something amazing. Find your mirror, step through it, and let your light shine.
Subscribe to SeasOcean and hit the bell icon so you never miss our new upcoming audiobooks.